All right, guys. So I'm gonna ask you who you are, what your major is, and where your class rank is at. Start down here.
My name is Mitchell Silva, and my major is criminal justice.
Okay. And you're a senior, junior?
Senior.
Perfect.
My name is Michael Guerrera. I'm a criminal justice major as well, and I'm a senior.
Awesome.
My name is Jesse Gomes, CIS major, and I'm a senior too.
My name is Tony Camacho. I'm a theater major, and I'm a senior.
All right, guys. So we're gonna be asking a bunch of questions today related to cars. This is for our marketing research class. So the video itself is only gonna be used like with our professor. It's not being put up anywhere or anything. There is no right or wrong answer to any of these questions. So speak your mind, what you think about any different question that we ask. I do ask that only one person talks at a time, and we can answer the questions in any order, so don't feel like we have to go left to right or right to left. So let's get started. What is your favorite thing about cars, and why maybe those things?
I guess I like the gas mileage. I think that's pretty important to me. Being able to fill up a tank of gas and not have to constantly do it over and over. Cost-wise, it's better too, so that's the feature I usually look for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it to look cool, obviously. I don't want to drive a rust bucket.
So when you say if you like a car to look cool, what kind of design would that be?
Sleek, sharp edges,
Okay.
visually appealing, shiny.
Okay, so more like older style cars, not the new style today. All right.
How comfortable drives?
Okay.
It's gotta be smooth drive.
It's like a smooth ride.
Mhm.
Is there any reason for that? Did you have an older car that wasn't a smooth ride, or?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, it has to be reliable too. So something I'm just gotta turn it on, and because my older one was always just breaking down, the battery died, and stuff like that. When you drove, it ping and the transmission messed up. But yeah, smooth
So
drive.
you want one car that's not going to break down on you.
Yeah.
So rely on it.
One that goes fast.
Goes fast. Acceleration wise, or top speed, all
Top
the
speed,
above.
acceleration.
All the above. Okay. Well, okay. So what is your favorite car brand currently, or maybe a luxury cars, and why is that your favorite car brand?
Subaru, because they're known for reliability, all-wheel drive. It's kind of like a brand you don't have to worry about. And safety ratings are always top, so.
Do you currently own a Subaru?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm saving for the.
If you could own a Subaru, would you like to own?
WRX STI.
I guess for me in terms of brands, I'm usually pretty safe when it comes to brands. My family, they've always bought Hondas and Toyotas pretty much. Just reliability, that's pretty much what it comes down to. For me, when it comes to a car, if it can get me from point A to point B without much issues and not that much maintenance, all the other features are kind of on the low end for me, just more about reliability. So between Honda and Toyota, just because I've always driven those cars, so.
Okay.
I would say if I could choose one, I'd probably choose an Audi, the Tony Stark one for sure.
Oh, the R8.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's a good brand.
I'd say Audi too, just because always people driving are cool, in the movies.
Okay, so you like the design?
Yeah.
The cool factor?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I want to read some slogans that are from car brands today. Get your just general impressions of the slogans, why you like or dislike it. If you know the slogan, who the company behind it is, go ahead and say, and we'll go from there. So the first slogan is technology you can enjoy. What do you guys think about that slogan?
It just seems I don't know, to me it just seems cheesy.
Cheesy?
Obviously you're going to enjoy technology. I don't know, it doesn't seem unique or anything.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, I guess. It is a bit cheesy. I guess they're just trying to say that it's tech that you're actually interested in. I don't know, GPS features, better audio, or something like that. But yeah.
I would like it, I guess, saying that that your car has more technology than the others.
Okay.
So I don't think.
I really don't know what it means by technology anyway, so.
Do you guys know who is behind that slogan, or have a guess maybe?
It's probably something like Ford or something. I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Something like Subaru.
Honda is behind that one actually.
Oh.
That's one of Honda's newer slogans. Another slogan is driven by what's inside.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Some familiarity.
I like that one. It just seems like a solid one. Makes you think about it. not really cheesy.
Okay. So you like that it's more simple?
Yeah, it could mean a different thing. Like it could be driven by like a fast engine, or it could be like driven by like your experience inside the car.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts?
I mean, me personally, I think it's a little more cheesy than the first one. But it sounds cooler though. It sounds cooler. It's just, yeah, it's pretty cheesy.
Do you guys have any ideas on who was the behind that slogan?
It's a Mazda.
Not Mazda.
I've heard it recently.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I don't remember when.
It's by Subaru. So Subaru's
Oh,
a bunch of
I
their
like it.
a bunch of their commercials. They always end up that slogan. Okay. So another one is built for the road ahead.
That one I've heard too.
Gotta be like a truck brand.
Is it like Ford or something?
Yeah.
Chevy.
Yeah, it's Ford. It is Ford.
Okay. I guess the slogan should make me think like something like built really well, a little
Okay.
more endurance, you know, a little bit of a stronger vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
More rugged.
Yeah.
More like go and get them.
Ready for any terrain type of deal.
Okay.
Yeah, more like it's gonna last for whatever it comes across.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Another one is an American Revolution.
Chevy.
Chevy.
It's Chevy. What do you guys think about that one? What do you think? Do you dislike like?
America.
Just capitalizing on people who are diehard Americans.
Yeah.
So, it's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them, but yeah, I would say same thing. They more sell towards like the American crowd and make sure everyone knows they're American built and stuff like that. I don't know
Okay.
if they're built, but yeah.
Like I hear that, I just imagine an American flag, they're just strapped to the back of a truck or something like.
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here's another slogan: the ultimate drive machine.
Isn't that Audi?
I think it's Audi.
Is it?
It's not Audi.
BMW.
It's like
I knew it was.
It's BMW.
BMW? Okay.
What do you think when you think of like the ultimate drive machine? Does that really kind of encompass what BMW?
Pretty much, I would say. I've never driven a BMW, but just from that slogan.
It sounds like a luxury
It's very
slogan.
fitting.
Luxury,
yeah.
Okay.
I think it'd be something more exotic than the BMW though.
What do you think when you like? Who do you think would be behind
Maybe
that?
like Ferrari or something.
Okay, so like really big luxury
Yeah.
cars, not just like a regular everyday
Yeah.
driver's car. Okay. Just because it says like the ultimate.
Yeah.
Is that the
so-
reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Another slogan is "Let's go places."
I've heard that one.
I'm trying to think who that is.
Is it Jeep or something?
Toyota.
It's Toyota.
Woohoo.
I watch too much TV.
Too much TV. What do you like when you hear that slogan though? Like, does it like encompass kind of what Toyota's all about, or like?
Yeah, it's kind of simple. It's not like too much.
Okay.
Like, they're not over promising, but they're not like selling themselves short either.
It's kind of a cool slogan. It's just, I feel like it's really vague. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I get they mean like you can go places with this car. Like, I'm assuming it has like really good GPS, probably really reliable and all that too. But it doesn't really tell me too much. So.
Okay. All right. Another slogan is "Grab life by the horns."
Oh.
Dodge.
So everyone sees to know that's Dodge. How come we know that's Dodge?
The Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
So they did pretty good then on their branding in terms of being
Oh, yeah.
able to recognize.
Yeah.
What do we think? Like, is that a good slogan for a car? Grab life by the horns.
It's,
Do you think?
it's kind of like you're marketing again to like a select group.
Okay.
It's obviously it's like grab life by the horns. My mom isn't like, oh, I'm gonna go get it. That's good. Like so.
Okay. So then like the reason why their slogan you think is good is just because it's like memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really describe like anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a catchphrase.
Like,
Or like
Just like people know what it is.
Yeah.
Like we all recognize.
yeah, you all recognize it like right away.
yeah, the slogan, like, I don't really know if it has much meaning to it, but the fact that everybody recognizes it is
Yeah.
pretty important.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, I think for companies, I think that's probably the most important, to have a slogan that people can remember.
Okay, so then, if you were gonna design like a slogan then, like based off of like those, you would go more like how Dodge went with like very catchphrasey, very memorable, or like, would you do one that like technology can enjoy, like you like the Honda one? Like what would you design your slogan around, element wise?
I think that's a bit tough, because I feel like Dodge, they've kind of stood behind that slogan for like such a long
Oh,
time.
absolutely.
And that might be a reason why it's so memorable. They don't really change their slogan. It's always grab life by the horn, so, that's a tough question, actually. Come back to me on that one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would say if like they wanna get out of their, their market that they try to sell to and expand to something else, they probably do have to change it, so I'd go with something else. But if they want to just stay and probably not grow too much, they'd stay with that same thing.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on. If your favorite brand was to offer, just quote unquote the perfect car for you, what are like features on it that it would have, design choices, coupe, truck, whatever? Like, what would be a perfect car?
All-wheel drive, definitely has to have all-wheel drive. Four-door, obviously. Reliability, turbo. Obviously, the interior has to have a quiet ride.
Okay.
Like the road noise.
So good insulation.
Yeah. I'll be pretty happy with this.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say like good interior, power, performance, looks. Like
So
outside.
okay, so when you say good interior, what would like qualify as good interior? Like leather seating, or
Yeah,
like
probably
so like would you go okay? So
like leather seating. I don't know, just looks cool inside. But,
what about like keyless entry and ignition? Is that something you guys would be interested in?
That's cool, but
Yeah.
it's not like if I don't have it, I'm not gonna.
It's not a game
Make or break.
kind of make or break for the car.
Pretty much, I think Jesse hit on most of the main points I would look for. You want a clean interior, as in like not too plasticky to feel, like something that's nice, smooth ride, obviously. I think for me, I like decent audio too. I don't want to have to put anything aftermarket
Okay.
into my vehicle to sound any better. And then of course, good gas mileage as well. As far as looks for me, I do like the luxury sedans. So I mean, a four-door luxury sedan would probably be the best thing for me. So.
Okay.
Yeah, like it has to look really sporty on the outside. I like, and then look like luxurious on the inside. So,
So
like
like-
leather.
Like sporty in what like design fashion?
Kind of like the way the BMWs look.
Okay.
That would be like perfect.
Like which series BMW? The like their M3s or like their
Like I don't know. I don't really know the models,
Does
but
it-
like
Okay.
the
Yeah.
M series. I don't know. The ones I see around a lot.
okay.
I think they look pretty cool. And a sunroof would be sick.
A sunroof.
Convertible sunroof.
Would you like a convertible or a sunroof?
Not a convertible.
Not a
it's
convertible,
yeah,
sunroof.
Yeah, sunroof.
Or
And,
like
the
a hard
dash.
top?
I don't know. Was that where like you could like just go back?
Yeah, sunroof.
Okay, something like this.
I agree with Michael on that one.
And like the like that dash where your like speedometer is and all that.
Yeah.
It's gotta look pretty cool too.
So do you want like the new updated ones like how Honda has it where it's more like a digital display?
Yeah.
Or do you want like the classic odometers that have like just like the little gauge and it'll go up and down depending on how fast you're driving and
Like
how
digital
you're,
would be cool.
you like digital?
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I
What do you
like
guys?
the other, the classic.
You like the classic odometers?
Yeah.
I'll say digital.
Okay.
I like digital just because less thinking, I guess. You just look at it, okay, there's my speed limit.
So, okay. I'm kind of going to purchasing of vehicles and questions about that. So, when it came down to like the choice of a purchase of a car, how big of a choice is color in regards to when you're choosing a car, all the features, all the different things it has, the color of the car? Where do you think that like ranks in your purchasing decision?
80% of it.
80%?
It's, like,
80%
very
is
important.
color?
Yeah. Like I wouldn't get like a teal blue or anything.
Okay.
I would only get a white car.
A white?
Regardless of what car it is, yeah.
And what is it about like the color white, like for the car, like the reason that like makes your decision 80%?
It's just something in my mind. If it's like blue or red or green or, I wouldn't want to drive it. I wouldn't buy it. So it's
Okay.
gonna have to be the color I want.
I would say, for me personally, color is like kind of low on the totem pole. I mean, I would say maybe like 5 to 10% of the purchasing decision, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it's just more about the interior, how it runs, how much it's actually going to cost. As long as the color's not anything, for me personally, too extravagant, like if it was like, I don't know, a pink vehicle or something like that, I probably wouldn't buy that. But if it's a neutral color, I mean, even if it's like green, blue, red, like the opposite what you say pretty much, I wouldn't really care too much.
Okay.
Mine's like medium, because color can always be changed. I'd say it's about 50%, because like if I'm finding my car, I see it, it's a great price, and like most stock colors nowadays aren't like crazy. There's not
Right.
like purple in the car that I want. And let's say everything's perfect, except maybe it's like a shade that I don't care for, I can always change it for, I mean, $1,000 get you a paint job. No, less than 1,000 get you a paint job these days.
Okay.
So it's not that high.
It's not terribly high, but it's still something that you majorly consider
Yeah.
at the point of purchase.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty important. So if I'm debating between two cars, I'm gonna go down which one do I like the looks more and which one do I like the color of more.
Okay.
So I would say it's pretty important.
So if it came down to either A or B, a large factor on that is very much
Yeah.
color.
Yeah, I like this color more. I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay. Okay. Have you had any positive or negative experiences with a car brand? And, you know, go ahead and elaborate on what those experiences might have been.
So positive or
Any positive or negative? Maybe with the car that you currently own, and it's giving you like a taste in your mouth about a certain brand, or you know, you saw a certain car and you're like, man, I really like that car. That's something I want to get in the future.
I mean, I guess to emphasize, like, when we're talking about car brands, we like, I mean, I used to have an old Honda Civic, and I pretty much never had any issues with it. Only had to do regular oil changes, get the brakes done every once in a while, but other than that, I mean, never had any issues with the car at all. Pretty smooth drive too. Fortunately, got in an accident with it, and, you know, kind of lost that vehicle, but at the time, never had an issue with the car, and it ran really well, so, yeah.
And so because of that, you really enjoy the Honda
Yeah.
experience.
Exactly.
And you would shop with them because of,
Yeah,
Prior-
past experience,
prior
definitely,
experience.
definitely, yeah.
okay.
I've owned 2 Hondas. Oh, I own a Honda right now, but previously I had a Honda Civic, and it lasted over 350,000 miles. And my current Honda CRV has close to 400,000 miles. So obviously reliability is great. I think Hondas are great, like bang for your buck, and you get a solid car. My sister had a Toyota Tercel or something, and it always had problems, so I'll probably never get a Toyota just for that simple reason. And then my dad just got a Jeep Patriot, I think it was, and the brand new, the transmission's already going out, and he doesn't do anything crazy, so I'll probably stray away from at least the Jeep Patriots.
Okay.
I would say, as brand past experiences, I had a Ford, my first car. That one was
A Ford what?
a Ford Explorer.
Ford Explorer, okay.
I would say that one, like, I didn't have a good experience with it because it's just, I had a lot of engine problems all the time.
Okay.
Until the whole, like, engine cracked on me.
How many miles was that, give or take?
It was
Do you
like
remember?
80,000.
80,000,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and then I had a Chevy Cobalt right after that.
Okay.
And that one was good. I had no issues with it. It was very smooth. Never any, major issues on it. Besides, like he said, I just had to keep the maintenance up.
And how was your experience with that car? Did
That
you
was
like
good.
it, or was it like
Yeah, I really
neutral?
did. I did like that one.
So you like the car
Yeah.
itself, so you can wait, okay.
Yeah, so I do like if I had to go into a brand between those two, I would say that I like Chevy a lot more.
Okay.
And then until I destroyed it myself. And I drive a Nissan Versa now, and it's fine. It's reliable. It's not like, it gets the job done.
Okay.
I don't have any issues with it. It's just not like a high performance or anything like that.
So it satisfies your need to get from point A to point B, but in terms of like all the other features, it leaves some to be desired?
Yeah. So like I drive like 90, miles a day.
Okay.
So, and that has really good gas mileage. Gas
Okay.
isn't really an issue for me, and I don't really worry about it breaking down or anything like that. So,
So gas mileage is a huge variable for you, that a big factor into why you choose maybe some brands over another.
yeah.
All right. What do you think?
I had a Hyundai Accent, and it gave me nothing but problems.
A Honda what?
A Hyundai Accent.
Okay.
With a Hyundai, and like the transmission went out like 3 times, and the engine like blew up 1 time.
Okay.
And I just can't get it fixed because I didn't want to buy a new car, but yeah. But everyone else in my family has a Hyundai, but they run solid. This is my Hyundai.
Interesting.
They gave me all these problems. So I don't know.
Was it a hand-me-down car?
No, it was like 2006. I had it for like 4 years or 5 years.
Okay.
But I had it for a long time, but it gave me problems almost.
The whole time you
Yeah.
just had something wrong with it,
Yeah.
something that needed to be fixing, and so because of that you don't really like Hyundai as much?
Well, I mean, it's not. It's just I had a bad experience with that car, but I know Hyundai's a good brand because my parents and my mom, my dad, my mom, my girlfriend, and my brother all own Hyundais, and they none of the other ones have problems at all.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay, so you've had good and bad experiences Where are you at with them, like, as a company? Is it something, if you were gonna look for a car yourself, would you start with them, or would you
Yeah.
like start elsewhere?
I would start elsewhere. I'm burned out Hondas.
So because of that, because of your experience with your car,
Yeah.
you tend to want something different,
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone else had any like majorly negative experiences with a certain brand or maybe just a certain car?
Yeah, just the Ford in general. Like I was warned about it, but my dad's kind of biased towards like he doesn't like Ford anyway. But it
How
was
come you think he doesn't like Ford?
I think it's just the mental thing. He's like, Chevy or Ford. He chooses Chevy. I don't think
Okay.
it's like he had bad experience with.
He has like a brand loyalty,
Brand loyalty.
more to Chevy?
Yeah, but then I got in, then I just had a lot of issues with it. So as a company, I probably would stay away from Ford
Okay.
after that.
I think the only negative issues I've ever had were, I wouldn't really say it was the brand's fault, but like my family's had like old hand-me-down cars that were just kind of on their way out anyway, so.
Yeah.
In terms of brand-wise, I can't think of any cars that I've driven that I've had a negative experience strictly based off the brand.
So the negative experience you've had was because cars were kind of long in
Yeah,
the tooth?
it's just on their last legs, yeah.
Okay, so nothing that's turned you off and said, I don't want this brand ever, like, I don't want to look at them,
Yeah.
think about
I was
those.
lucky to get from point A to point B, so.
If you're gonna like rank some of your best brands, well, who would you rank like at the top? Give me like maybe like 3, and why are they at the top? What do you like about them? And what do they do differently that kind of like separates them from other brands, whether it's like looks or things like that?
Subaru number 1.
Subaru's number
Just
1.
because all-wheel drive is, they're known for that, so that's huge.
Hmm.
Not only for safety, but for, any type of driving. Audi's up there, also all-wheel drive, and luxury is nice, and one of my friends owned one, was really reliable. And I'd say Honda, just because all the Hondas I've owned made it over 300,000, so it's a safe place, like, if you don't have that much money, and you want a car that's gonna get you, and it's gonna last a long time, then it's a Honda.
Alright.
I say for me, like, as far as top 3 brands, I guess I steer more towards cars that within reach for me, I guess, at this point. So, like you were saying before, like Honda, definitely for sure. Toyota, I think Toyota's a pretty reliable brand.
Okay.
Their Camrys are pretty even with Hondas, I'd say. Another brand, I guess if I had to go with like maybe a luxury type vehicle, like he was saying, Audi might be like a good one to put on that list too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say top would probably be Audi still, just because like the looks, what it can do performance-wise, and the luxury feel to it.
Absolutely.
And then second, I would say like if it's in reach and I had to choose something like, more down to earth, I would say probably like a Chevy, because I've had good experiences with them. I like the brand.
Okay.
And then third, I would say maybe Honda. I've never had a Honda, but I know like everyone who has says they're pretty reliable and pretty happy with them. So.
Okay, so you like other people's experiences, kind of,
Exactly.
that lets you look into that company a little bit more, even though you have no
Right.
background there.
I'd probably choose Audi because I just always wanted one. Because like I said,
You like the
all
brand.
the cool people, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool brand.
Yeah, like a Transporter Black would be sick. It's like luxurious and it's sporty. Like at
Right.
the same time, it's like a perfect combination.
Right,
of both.
it's got power, but it's also
Mhm.
built nice inside and got a good luxury feel.
Yeah, and second would be Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, so I've had no problems with this one at all. So it's like a completely different feel when I drive now. I don't have to worry about anything. Not only is it like a nice ride, but I feel better driving it.
Okay.
It gets me place A, place B smoothly and nicely. So it's cool. I like it.
Okay, well, it's like another brand that you'd like.
And then if I had to say I would probably do a Honda just because I know everyone else has some good experiences with it.
Okay.
And they have some nice their bodies are real clean and they're nice and so
Okay,
they're reliable
so-
and they look good
So
and they're
the-
pretty cheap.
Their new designs are good and they're cheap in
Mhm.
terms of price for what you're getting, so it's something that you really highly value. Okay.
Mhm.
Does anyone else have anything else to say about their favorite brands or anything like that? How about like luxury, like out of this world brands like Ferrari, things like that? Is there something about those brands that kind of sets them apart? What do you like about them or dislike? Is there anything to go with that?
I would say they're really flashy, so they really stand out. They're gonna be able to do, stuff that the other cars aren't gonna be able to do, because like speed and all that
Right.
stuff. So
Is that something you guys would want later on in life? Is like a big old nice luxury car
Yeah.
like that, or?
of course, that position for sure.
Yeah.
No, I feel like like Ferrari, like they're cool, and like obviously if you own one, like I own a Ferrari, like
Their status. to
yeah,
that.
the status of that. But I feel like if in the future, if I have the money and I'm in the market for a luxury car, I wouldn't get like the mainstream, like oh, I'm gonna get a Ferrari or I'm gonna get a Lamborghini. I'd probably do something like get a NSX, Acura, new NSX.
Is that just because like you don't want to have like what everybody else has in
Yeah,
that like
exactly.
echelon?
Mhm.
So you want something like slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, too flat. I mean, for me, almost like too flashy is kind of a negative for me a little bit. Like
Right.
I would want something like you're saying, like a real nice luxury sedan would be
Right.
nice for me. So yeah.
Right, like yeah, for like me, I couldn't imagine having like a really nice car like that.
Yeah.
Like I'd be too paranoid
Exactly.
leaving it in a parking lot,
Yeah.
things like that. So like that's always like a big old concern. When you're thinking about purchasing a car, is it important for you to like have just like a regular basic vehicle, or maybe something that's like special, like hybrids or like electric vehicles that are coming out? Like, is that something that you consider, or do you like to keep it more in the standard wheelhouse of what's been out and going?
In terms of how like the car runs.
No, so like if like you want like a Honda Civic, that's like a regular standard car that's like gas, things like that. But then we also have like hybrids, like Prius, things like that. We also have electric vehicles like the Tesla Model
Tesla
S.
stuff, okay.
So like, I mean, is that something that you consider, or is that like are the alternatives that are coming out something that is in your wheelhouse, or is that just not even?
I mean, it's definitely something I've thought about before. I don't know if like it's the area that we're in right now is ready for that kind of stuff yet. Like we
Okay.
don't really have a lot of like power stations to like hook up your vehicles and all that. I mean, there's a few places that have that.
Right.
But because this area is not quite up to that point yet, I don't know if I would really see myself purchasing that kind of vehicle at this point. Maybe
Okay.
later on in the future.
So if this area then, let's just say hypothetically, the area did have the outlets that you were needing, you had the ability to charge your car, and it could be completely 100% electric, is that something you would?
I would
Like, you're not
definitely-
against it?
I would definitely consider it a lot more.
Right, so
Definitely.
your issue with it isn't so much the car and the brand itself,
Surroundings,
it's
yeah.
the surroundings, the accessibility,
Definitely.
things like that.
I would never go electric ever.
Never go electric?
No.
Because,
For one, if I'm gonna buy a Tesla, I'm gonna be spending over 120 grand. I may as well buy like a Ferrari at that point. Like it's convenient that it's electric and I don't have to pay gas and it's good for the environment. But I feel like I'll be happier with a purchase if I'm gonna spend that much money on like a luxury car.
something that's more stylized.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then a Prius. My stepmom owns one. I've driven it. I just can't handle that at all.
What don't you like about the Prius?
It's a sissy car. I don't know. When I press on the gas, it's just like buzzing. Like I'm.
Okay,
no,
yeah, I've driven one, I definitely tend to agree.
Just
with
not the
that.
driving experience I want. Like I want to feel it. Like when I press on the gas, I want to
There's
feel
power.
it going. Yeah, exactly. I
Okay,
want to
so-
hear my exhaust, like
Okay.
engine or anything like that.
Okay. How about you guys?
Yeah, if I have to choose, I wouldn't be against it if it would give me a fun driving experience. Like he said, if there's something that's comparable for the
Okay.
same price, but you're gonna have a lot more fun driving, I'd do that.
So like the Model S and how they have like good pickup and they're like one of the fastest.
See, something like
cars.
that, I'd probably consider.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to force it on me. I would never like go actively look for a hybrid or something different. Just have no
Okay.
interest in it. Or, I mean, they have to force it on me. Like it has to be like a law for me to buy it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it out.
Yeah, I would say cars are a lot about like if you're choosing a car, it's a lot about like fun, how you're gonna drive and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you just want something that's gonna do that, and kind of like the gas mileage and stuff like that takes the backseat. I would say to that.
Okay. There's a new feature that's coming out with like Tesla and Mercedes-Benz with the auto drive, being able to drive itself with the car. Is that something like you guys like as a feature? Is that something that you would trust as a feature? Like, what is your opinions of a car that's able to, for the most part, when it gets in like lines, it can drive itself and it can measure where other cars are around it?
I
What
feel
do you
like
think?
I feel like it's, as far as in my lifetime, I don't know if that's something that's going to be, I don't know, implemented well enough to where it's something safe that can actually happen. I mean, it seems like a cool idea, but I don't know if I would trust a machine to kind of drive something for me at this point. I think the technology is just too new. So
So if you had it available, you would not use it?
no.
I feel like it's an expensive feature, so I probably would never know.
Would you use it? If it was
Oh, yeah.
available to you, would you try it out and would you
Yeah,
use it?
I probably use it all the time.
I wouldn't use it. Like I like driving.
Okay.
The reason I want the car that I want is because of the driving experience. I don't want to sit as a passenger for this car. Like,
Absolutely.
Like it looks cool, and like the studies like shows it's safer than people driving. Like the
Okay.
most unsafe thing about an automatic driver is people who aren't driving it, or like other drivers. Like so. I don't know.
Yeah, if it was available as a feature, if I had access to it, I'd probably use it sometimes. Like say late at night, I'm driving and I'm just really tired, I'd probably turn that on. That'll happen, sometimes I start nodding off.
Convenience.
So that would help out.
Fall asleep completely. Really.
So that's probably a little unsafer.
I just want to come back to your point, Mitch, though, about like you don't believing in like it being safe and like the liability and things like that. With Mercedes-Benz, they have a car out now currently that has it in it, and with it, when the car is engaged with the autopilot, Mercedes-Benz has said that they will cover all insurances up to $1 million. Like so, like they're putting full like trust in it. Would that be something that would like persuade you to use that feature?
It's still, I mean, that's nice, but like if I'm dead, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get that money, yeah, so, I mean, I like that, it seems cool, but if can't spend that money, I mean.
Right, okay, so auto driving, maybe not, everyone's thing currently.
Yeah.
So let's go back and talk about Volkswagen and the things that are going on with them. Are you guys all familiar with the news about Volkswagen and their emissions tests? No. So Volkswagen has been essentially, they built their cars to falsify their emission test reports and to bring back false numbers when they're like way over the emissions test and would not be legal on the streets. And it got found out in their system and they've actually known about it. How does that make you feel as like a car company? Do you have like no like distrust for the company? Does it give you a bad taste in your mouth? Is it not something that you even like care about? What do you guys think about what's going on with them?
If I was like a bigwig business owner, I'd probably care a lot. But as me, I don't care. I think their emissions test, as long as I don't blow up when I'm driving their car.
So you'd still consider their car?
Yeah, well, yeah, if it's, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have any stock in them or anything. If I did, I'd probably,
I mean, it's a shady business practice. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more companies that do that. I mean, they might be the only ones that got found out to be doing this at this point.
Absolutely.
As far as it affecting me personally, I mean, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of on my side, I guess. I don't really have an opinion on it at all.
Okay.
It's shady and all, but I feel like obviously they're taking measures to like recall the cars that are affected or something like that. Like I'm sure they have a business plan for that to like help out the people who bought it, so they don't have a lemon car now. But I feel like there's like other practices that are way more shady that car companies do that probably people overlook when they're focusing on emissions testing.
I would say like it would be on the back of my mind if I'm shopping for a car and I'm considering them. That probably would come into effect, but depends, you know, if I really like that car or not. It's really all about how they sell it to me, I guess. So I'm
Okay,
kinda
so it's
like-
not, so for all you guys then, pretty much across the board, it's not like a deal breaker in terms of where that's going. It doesn't hurt their brand image to the ground and tainted it fully. If you guys were going to purchase a car today, what car would you go see currently? How much would you be willing to spend? What kind of information would you look out for in terms of like your knowledge about the cars, things like that, and maybe alternatives?
Are you talking about like today?
Today, right now, you yourself,
Like given our certain
your,
situation?
your economical
Okay.
stance, everything like that, what kind of car would you go out and buy? Things like that, what would you consider?
like a new one or used.
Either or, this is your car.
I mean, I guess I sound like a broken record, but Honda or Toyota, pretty much. I mean, that's in the situation I'm in right now. I mean, I probably wouldn't go for anything too far beyond 20 grand, I'd say.
Okay,
Monthly payments are probably more important to me than anything. I would probably steer more towards new, just because I don't want to deal with having to fix up the car or anything like that. Less maintenance, less have the hassle. So I would say either Camry, Civic, Accord would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, just something simple, honestly.
so big thing for you then, if you were in the market to buy a car, is to go new, because then you don't want to have someone else's baggage
Yeah.
for like the car and the wear and tear.
I mean, I wouldn't be against going used. It just really depends on financially, like, is it going to cost me more in the long run, basically. So I would definitely do my homework on it, pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm actually I have been shopping for a car.
Currently.
My CRV is going out, but, my budget's between, I'd say 20 and 30. Like, it's a big budget, so I have a lot of cars to look at. So I've been looking at the Honda new, because I don't want to go used unless it's certified pre-owned. And I want to be able then to tell me who the previous owner was. Like, I don't want to buy a kid's car, like 16-year-old owned it, drove it to the ground.
Right. You want to know all the mileage that's
Exactly, I
happened.
want to know how it was driven and everything like that. So I've been looking at Honda SIs, Subaru BRZs,
Mhm.
and the Scion FRS.
Okay.
So those three have been top lately.
And with the Subaru and the Scion, are you looking at the Scion because it's the same kind of form factor
Yeah.
as your Subaru, but just on a more economical
Yeah.
scale? That's a big reason.
Same body type, but obviously, like, it's literally, like, if I buy the Subaru, in my mind, I'm paying more for the brand.
Right.
Rather than, the FRS is almost exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Minus the suspension, but, so.
So for you, it feels more like
I would pay, like, I'm on the verge, or like, I'll pay more just for the Subaru brand.
So you pay
That's-
more
that's
for
how
like
much
the
I-
Coke experience instead of
Exactly.
like the store brand.
Mhm.
That's how you feel with the FRS.
Yep.
Okay.
I would probably, the situation right now, I'd probably go look into maybe like a Chevy, like just a basic line Chevy, or like a Honda Civic or something like that.
With Chevy, like, do you want like a truck or do you want like their
No, just like a car, like a
like a
sedan or
coupe?
something.
Okay,
yeah.
sedan.
Do something like that, just because I've owned Chevy in the past,
Okay.
they were a solid car, like it didn't feel cheap or anything like that, like my current ones or past ones and stuff like that.
What price range do you think you would kind of be at?
Probably like 20, 25.
Okay, so, all right.
Well, my situation, my dad kind of manages a used car lot.
Okay.
So he gets cars from the auctions, and when I want a new car, he would just kind of throw these ideas at me, like something he can get, and I was like, no. And they
Okay.
said the Mercedes, and I said yes. But if I were like by myself and I had to go buy a car, I'd probably pick something like a Honda,
Okay.
because it'd be reliable, they're easy to fix, so.
Okay, so the maintenance is a big factor for you.
Yeah.
You want something that's very
Yeah.
trustworthy and people kind of give them their stamp of approval on.
Yeah, because I've dealt with cars breaking all the time, so I
Okay.
just want something easy to fix.
Would your price range then be kind of in the similar, to the degree that like everyone's kind of like the 20, 25 range in terms of the price?
Mhm.
All right, well, I think that's all the questions we have for you guys today. Thanks for coming, and if you guys have any other questions, you can contact us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.